Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Lessons in Chemistry, Episode 1, Little Miss Hastings. So, before I go into the actual episode, which I'll only be doing the review for the first episode, I'll watch some more. I don't think I'll be doing weekly, but they dropped 2 episodes. This is a new show with Brie Larson on Apple TV, so if you've seen that. Uh, the quick premise of this, set in the early 1960s, Elizabeth Stott's dream of being a chemist is put on hold when she finds herself pregnant alone and fired from her lab. In episode 1, we meet Elizabeth, a brilliant but frustrated lab technician in the 1950s who is punished after she's caught conducting her own research after hours. This is directed by Sarah Adina Smith, written by Lee Eisenberg and Victoria Bada. This is based on a book by Bonnie Garmus, and it stars Brie Larson as Elizabeth Zott, Lewis Pullman as Colvin, Aja Naomi King as Harriet Sloan, Stephanie Coyne as Fran Frask, and Derek Cecil as Dr. Robert Donati. There's plenty other people in the cast, so it's really fun to watch. So I went into the show not knowing what it was. It does open up, and this is just a quick framing device, so it's not really a spoiler. It opens up with Elizabeth's character, or Elizabeth Zott, the Brie Larson's character, filming a cooking show. Now, as we go in through the show, you discover that she's a chemist, and cooking, of course, it's following a recipe which is very similar. I mean, there's a lot of the same stuff that you do to be a chemist. You know, you have to the same skills apply to cooking, which I think it's a really fun trajectory. So we get to see ahead in the life of this character. So the show really wants to show us how did she get there, what obstacles she had to overcome. There's a lot left to be explored. I want to say as something that is set in a specific, as a period piece. I think the constructions of the sets look magnificent. I really like. We only get to see a few places, but everything feels old timey from that era. Now, obviously, I don't know how genuine this look is, but overall, the show looks magnificent. The costumes, the designs, the hairdos, and now this brings me to the performances. I think Brie Larson is doing such a bang-up job of being this stoic character. Somebody that has to deal with a lot, being a chemist in this field. Of course, there's a lot of misogyny, there's a lot of sexism, and there's a lot of other themes. I think a lot of darker themes that are being hinted at in the book or in the show, which have yet to explore in this first episode. There's also a lot of discussion about gender norms and gender roles in the era. So, but I think the thing I also really enjoyed was that the show does dive a little bit into some of the chemistry. It doesn't try to explain like the chemistry of what's going on, but it does relate it to everyday life. One of the things that I really like is not only this framing device of the cooking show, but the cooking itself. Like we see a lot of very good looking food, which a show with cooking shows are always easy to get into because I think food is something we can all relate to. So I really enjoy that as well. So I'm very happy with this show so far. They released 2 episodes, as I mentioned. I'm gonna go check out the second one because I feel like they released both of them in sequence because this one is where the other shoe drops. So like I said, I don't think I'll review this weekly, but kind of like if you watched our review of Hijack, I went back and revisited everything because I don't think this show's going to be too many episodes. It doesn't seem like a long story. I feel like this is going to be like maybe 6 to 8 episodes on Apple TV. So I'm very much looking forward to continuing the show, to seeing more great performances, seeing more great characters show up, and also figuring out how Elizabeth Zott, this character, goes from where we see her at the beginning of the show in her later life to where we meet her in her younger years. So very excited for that. Trying to see what the twists and turns are going to be for this show. So if you have watched this episode, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.